Hi guys, Mauro here. Long time ago, I used to let things on TV get to me. Whenever I hear news about politicians or probably even stupid thing like my soccer team lost or things like that, will let it get to me. But I mean, even let's go with example of my team, my soccer team. I'm a fan of this team, of this soccer team, and whenever they will lose, it used to really piss me off. I will get disappointed and I will get mad and I will let it get to me and I will get in a bad mood and I will start, of course, I will start with the arguments with friends of mine and things like that. And I got and one day when I decided that I wanted to develop myself into a better person, I said, you know what? I have to say, the very first thing that came to my mind that I have to develop is being a center guy, learning to stay centered. In a few words, taking charge of your self-control, guys. That is the most difficult task. But if you get to do that, the world is at your feet. I started thinking I have to, okay, I kind of did an inventory. Okay, things that get to me, things that are really not important. The first, I shouldn't even really be spending much time paying attention to that because they're not really important. The truth, one of them was that. Watching soccer, I like it, but the truth is that I mean, I had a good time, but the fact whether my team wins or lose, it shouldn't be something that affects me at all. If they lose, well, that bad, I still support it. But if they don't lose, I shouldn't spend more than a couple of minutes just thinking about it and say, well, I hope they do better next time. And that doesn't mean that you're not as much of a fan of the team anymore. I'm still a die-hard fan of my team. I just don't let their results control me anymore. And I did the same with politicians. And I did the same with news and gossiping about Hollywood and things like that. And all the gossiping and all the stuff, I would say pretty much everything you see on, almost everything you see on TV. Turn on the TV and say, oh, Real Housewives or whatever, of Mars. They have so many now. And I used to say, oh my God, this bunch of losers, reality shows and stuff, and I got to develop that to get to the point where I see that, and I just don't care. I just look at it like, it's not important to me. It's not something that deserves my attention or my thinking about it, So I had to start. I did an inventory of what are the things that I want to control. What are the things that bug me? Whatever I see on TV, or even when I play tennis, I started learning to control that, win or lose, focusing more on me improving every time. On the guy cutting in my way when I'm driving. On the guy that is sitting next to you in class that is giving you a hard time, that is always probably chewing gum and you don't like it, or the guy that is probably in the cubicle next to you at work, and the guy's on the phone all the time or doing something. All those kind of things, the typical guy in the office that everybody hates and he's after you, or the bully or whatever. The truth is that all those things, we can get to the point where we control it, guys. That's part of the external world. That is not in here. We cannot control the external world, and God knows that we cannot control what other people do. The only thing we can control is what we do and what we think. So if you want to start creating a big change in your personality, if you really want to start self-developing, being someone that is more confident, someone that is happier with himself or herself, someone that knows how to control situations without losing it, someone that you're not gonna let it get to you what other people do or say. See, imagine how much your life can change with that. Start working on it today. Start working in the little things, very little things. If you have breakfast in the morning and you hate it because your brother takes his salt, you know, and he pours the salt in his eggs and he keeps it the salt right next to him and he doesn't pass it to you. He doesn't put it back in the center of the table, you know, and you have to be reaching or asking him for it, and he's giving you a hard time giving it to you. You know, those are little things that you can start working in. Those things, guys, everything that looks like a pain, like an obstacle, like a challenge, is an opportunity to grow. It's an opportunity for you not to let it get to you. I used to think that the people that caught in my wake when I was driving, it was like a personal thing. This guy doesn't care about me. This guy thinks it's his road. It belongs to him. What the heck? You know, and I will get all shook up about that. And then I started thinking, until I started thinking, you know what? I don't know if the guy has an emergency or he's just a jerk, you know? I was like, well, go. No, kill yourself. I let the guy go and I just keep going my way. And until find out that, you know what, the truth is that most people that do something that affects you, many times we think it's personal, but when you get to see it with a centered mind, you find out that it's rarely personal, if ever. Rarely personal, guys. So pay attention to that. Start with the little things, controlling that. If your brother doesn't want to give the salt to you, well, you know what? Stand up, walk around, grab the salt. You know, you might feel like, oh, I'm going to have to do all this for him. Well, that's your way of seeing it, you know? Or simply, you know, asking for it, you know, and if he doesn't want to give it to you, you know, the more you show him that it gets to you, the more he's going to keep doing it. And in many things in life is like that. The more we see something that gets to us, and it seems like that gives a hard time, life might be repeating that to you. And it's not really life repeating it to you. You just make it happen. You're in any situation, anything that happens in the external world, your mind uses it as a stimuli to think that way. So you get offended by everything. It's like, I'm sure you know people that they just kind of looking for something to get offended. Oh, I'm offended because this guy is a Muslim, or I'm offended because this guy is Mexican, or I'm offended because this guy is American. I'm offended because this guy is South American, or South African, you know, or Chinese, or European. I'm offended because this guy, you know, he's wearing pink shorts, or I'm offended. I mean, it's like people looking for anything to be miserable, taking the misery pill. They see someone, oh my God, that is so fat. Oh my God, that hair is horrible. Oh my God, look at those shoes. You're like, really? Are you the kind of, I mean, they're just looking for, this is people that they crave misery. They're just looking for something to be miserable. They're just looking for any excuse not to be happy. And you know that when you want to step, you don't even have to step foot outside your place. Anywhere you are, you can find plenty of reasons to be miserable, even in your own bedroom by yourself. So pay attention to that, guys. You want to start becoming a better person? Start with a little tests, with a salt thing, with a guy next to you sitting in the back in the classroom, with a guy at work that annoys you, you know, with a guy at church that has a baby crying. I mean, just little things like that. With your team losing, with your favorite singer, you know, in those talent shows on TV losing, things like that. And I suggest, you know, the truth is reality shows are not going to bring anything good to you. You're rarely going to find something good on TV that is going to bring anything good to you, unless you're watching National Geographic or Discovery or something like that. But start working on yourself. Start working just on the tiny challenging things, and that's how you're going to start getting better. That's how your presence, your attitude, your persona becoming a powerful person in your persona, not in money. Money doesn't matter, fame doesn't matter. It's your persona, your inner self. That's a powerful part. Learning to control that. That's how you start. Okay, guys? Well, I hope it helps. Questions, suggestions, let me know. I'll see you.